Your dress doesn't fit, and the wedding is tomorrow. You had it altered, you thought it would be fine, but now it's slipping, it's baggy, and you've got 1 hour to fix it. Don't panic. Grab a needle, and I'll show you 3 fast ways to fix your dress and save the day. By the way, these are beginner-friendly and bridesmaid tested. Let's go. I'm going to lay the dress out on this cutting table here, and we're going to start with our first trick. Makes a huge difference, the mighty dart. Make sure to grab you some matching thread. I'm going to use a contrasting thread just so that you can see it very clearly. The matching thread is going to be important. Okay, make yourself a nice big knot. I do have videos on how to make good knots if you want to look at those. I'm going to come in from behind and anchor this. All right, so you're gonna do what's called a ladder stitch to do this dart. Picture a little triangle right here, because this is if you're wearing it and you like pinch it right here and it seems to fit a lot better. So you picture this triangle right here, and you're almost going to draw a triangle with your stitches. And you just kind of go back and forth like this. So I'm going to go up, go across, up, and across. And it's just going to get gradually a little wider. We're really creating this ice cream cone shape. And on the back side, I'm just kind of zigzagging across. So it looks like this on the outside, but with matching thread. All right, when you get to the top, you're gonna give it a pull. Help nudge the fabric into the middle there. Then when you get up here to the top, you're gonna stitch across the two to hold them nice and tight together. You don't want to pull it so tight that this shrinks up this way. All right, so we're gonna sew it that way. And then you're gonna fold this dart piece forward. Make it stay like that. Only stitch it to the lining. Now I did big gnarly stitches. Gnarly, dude. I did big gnarly stitches so that you could see what I was doing. Now on the other side, I'm gonna go in with matching thread, and I'm gonna stitch smaller stitches, and you'll see just how secretive this can be. See how larger, messy stitches and contrasting thread really look very, very bad. Look over here and you'll see that matching the thread and making smaller, more even stitches looks better. So you're going to be better off if you discover that you need to do this quick little emergency pinch like the night before, and you can really put some time into it. So it would be best really if you could even do twice as many stitches as what I've done here. But this is definitely kind of almost in the underarm territory, so it shouldn't be too noticeable if you do it very, very neat. But let's say you've got this part to fit relatively snug to you, but you still have the gapping that's in the front and you need the cup to come back toward you. That is the next little on-the-fly alteration that I want to show you. It is so helpful and it can be used for all kinds of dresses. Let's start with our contrasting ugly side first, so you can see what I'm doing. You're gonna anchor a knot right about here. This is the outer layer. You roll it back and you see this stitching right here. You're gonna find this little tunnel right between that outer layer and the under stitching, and you're gonna put some stitches here. Again, I'll show you with matching thread and smaller stitches in a bit, but I want you to clearly see what I'm doing for right now. This is just going to be kind of what we call a running stitch. And if it gets too small of a spot right there, it's okay. You can stitch into the lining. All right, now same thing, we're gonna give it a little tug, and that's gonna draw this in and make it curve toward the bust line. I kind of tend to overly tug because after you knot it, it's gonna come a little bit loose. It's hard to do a knot with all the tension you're gonna have in the end. See, watch when I let go. Some slack goes back into the dress. So I just kind of over tighten it just a shade, put a couple knots in there, and then I call this hide the tail. You're gonna put the tail of the thread through the fabric. Then you're gonna cut flush with the fabric, and the tail is hidden between the layers, so nobody's the wiser. So with this stitch, even though I used contrasting thread and big stitches, you still can't see it. So that's nice. This is a very forgiving stitch. So I'm gonna do it on this side real quick. This also helps with when the boning is kind of pushing the lining up, like it's doing right here. It curves so nicely. You want to work out those gathers as much as you can to where it'll gather to the shape but not actually pucker. Okay, so we're getting there. You're about to be able to go down the aisle without worrying about your dress slipping down and having a wardrobe malfunction. One thing that's still lacking though is look at how big this waist is. You're still not going to feel very secure or flattered in this dress. Again, ideally, you're going to have this dress perfectly altered to you for the occasion. This is just in case of emergency, break glass kind of situation. So here is the third thing you can do that is a game. This one is so fun because you get to cut up an old bra that no longer works and give it new purpose. So you're gonna cut this off right beside the cup, and then you're also gonna cut off the straps so you have a piece that looks like this. So you have these two parts here, and of course you want to make sure that this band fits nice and snugly on you. For this step of the project, we don't really care about sewing neatly because everything is going to be on the inside of the dress. So we'll start again with the obvious side. This is great that we have a piece of boning here, because that means when we attach this in here like this, it's gonna have this extra support. So if it pulls right here, it's gonna pull the whole side forward for you. That's goals right there. So there's a couple different ways you can do this. You can just grab the lining layer and sew it with your machine like this, if this is not too sheer that pucker will show, or you can hand stitch this to these. So I'm just going to show you the machine one just because I feel like the hand stitching is a little more obvious. Now you definitely want this to be hitting right where your natural waist is. So if your waist is a little bit higher than the waist of the dress, go ahead and move this up just a little bit, and that's gonna make things more comfortable for you. The other way you can look at it is if you are longer waisted than the dress and you feel like it's really slipping, you can attach it a little bit lower down, and that's gonna make you feel more secure. So now you're able to use an old bra to create what we call a waist stay. It gives you so much security as you wear a dress that's either very heavy or just a shade too loose. So you hook this on the inside and then you hook your dress. So see how much better that looks? You can see it's being pulled back a little bit. See the tension there? Let me show you the difference. I'm gonna hook and unhook the waist stay. There's unhooked and here's hooked. So to get it even tighter, you can also move the bra band forward a little bit where you attach it, or you can also shorten the bra band a little bit, cut it a little bit shorter when you put it in to make sure it's nice and tight.